I'm over here with my boy. We interviewing from ULV, UNLV. That's Tech Nine, man. Welcome home, man. Welcome
Appreciate it,
home,
dog.
man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. We wanna basically talk about your your life and ask some questions and go into detail of how, what, and where and when and the whole 9 yards. So we'll start off by letting you introduce yourself, man, and tell everybody who you are and all that good stuff.
This is the one and only capital TC Tech Nine, one half of the legendary hip hop group U.N.L.V. Shout out to my other half, Lil Yah. Shout out Uptown, 6 and B, Melf Mac and Cali.
Okay. Now, for those who want to know, how long have you been back so far?
Back from prison,
Back from prison, yes, sir.
a week, just a little bit over a week. Today is November the 3rd. I was released from prison October 26th.
Okay, only been back 1 week now. Got you, man. Good to see you home,
So
man.
I still smell like myself a little bit.
That's all right, brother.
Yeah.
We glad to see you back, man. Now, for those who want to know, what did you go to jail for?
Aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon.
Aggravated right, get you every time, man.
Yeah.
Every time. Do you want to shed light on that for the young people to know? I mean, what did you rob, or who did you rob, or?
Uh, well, I, I had a drug addiction,
Mm-hmm.
and after so long, it's like anything goes. So, I was robbing stores and dealers on the street. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
I just put the pistol in my hand, and you had what I want. I went and got it, and it caught up with me. It caught up with me, and it set me down, man, and it really gave me a chance to reflect on who I was, what I was doing, and who I really am, and what I should be doing. So,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
you definitely, it's not gonna last when you're doing something like that, man. That was, I realized today that even though I didn't kill anybody or shoot anybody, I scarred the people that I robbed because I instilled fear in them. When you pull a pistol out and cock it and be like, give me this, people remember that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I understand the fear that I instilled in those who are armed.
Yeah. What's funny is that when I was 17, I got hit with an aggravated robbery.
Yeah.
I was blessed though, man. I was real blessed because it was me and my partner named Pat and another cat. We got hit with aggravated robbery. I was a minor. I was 17. Everybody else was 18 and 19.
Right.
And man, I was expected. They was offering me 25 years, and I still. And if Pat is watching this, I hope he reach out to me because I haven't seen him since. But I was 17. We went to court, and Big Pat told everybody. He told the judge. He said, "Man, I made him do it." So
Yeah.
Pat took all the charges because he was already wanted. Yeah, he was already wanted. He already had all kind of stuff on his name. So he was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take it. So he took all the charges, man, and we didn't even know he was gonna take it. He just took it, ran with it. I was free, and I haven't seen him since because they gave him like 20 years. But if he's watching this, reach out to me, Pat. I'm gonna take care of you, brother, because you saved my life at 17. Yeah, man. So I know exactly what you're talking about, man. We got a lot of questions today, but we want to dive into some of the stuff that everybody want to know, man. Everybody asking questions. They want to know,
Right.
about this complication, this fight that you have with Cash Money. You know.
Well, back then, we was making a lot of money together,
Uh huh.
and UNLV, we always was like some rebellious young men,
Yes.
but at the same time we had a business mind. We
Yeah.
would take care of our business, but we was like hard headed,
Yeah.
if you want to put it that way. So it was like a day of a video shoot, and we fucking around, and they already, Slim and Baby and the rest of the Cash Money staff, they was already on the set, on the video set, and they waiting on us, and we still in the hood smoking and
Yeah.
gathering up people, waiting on people. They got us being late, and we didn't give a damn. We just on our way.
That's
we on
right.
our way. We'll get there when we get there. We didn't really take it like we were supposed to take it. So when we did get there, Baby and Slim, they was hot. They was heated up, and some words was exchanged, things were said to each other, and for the most part, Yellow and Baby, they was at each other's neck the most.
Yeah.
So it was like, all right, fuck it, we ain't gonna shoot the video. So we got mad when they took it to that part, and we was like, well, fuck it, meet us in the hood. We ain't gonna do this right here.
Yeah.
So they was like, fuck it, we gonna meet y'all in the hood. They not scary or
Yeah,
anything like
yeah.
that. So they drove and me in the hood. So Yellow and Baby went to squaring up, and them two went to fighting. And we let them go one on one. That's how it goes. You don't jump in no fights and no shit.
I don't want
like
to
that.
cut you off. I don't want to cut you off in the middle, but I gotta ask on that part, who won that? If you can't answer, I understand. But
it was a. But look, so the way, to be honest with you, it was stopped before you can determine who was the winner and who was the loser. But
yeah,
while they fighting, Slim was instead of trying to jump in, and he's swinging and swinging, and I'm in the middle, like let them take a one-on-one, go one-on-one, and while I'm trying to hold Slim off, he's swinging. And every time he missed Yellow, he would hit me. Connecting with me. Slim got some little hands. The motherfuckers hard, so them licks was hurting. And I'm like, damn, Slim, you hitting me. Stay back. I'm down here, Slim up there. So I'm like, man, chill, man. Let him go. Let him fight, So he's still, that's his brother, which, that's how it is. If it was I'd be doing the same fucking thing. But I'm still trying to let them go one-on-one, and Slim still trying to swing. So it was like, I hit Slim off of impulse. It wasn't like, okay, when they get around here, you hit Baby and I'm going to hit Slim. It wasn't like that because I would have never put my hands on him, because that was like big uncle.
Big brother.
Like big bro.
Like,
you have enough respect for that person not to hit him. But as he kept hitting me, you know what I'm saying, my immediate reaction, my natural reaction was to hit him back. You know what I'm saying? So really, that's how it was, and it was fucked up, because I felt bad, because like I said, Slim was like more like that big uncle to us, who guided us, when we in the studio, and Slim really gave me the style that I have right now. He the one taught me how to tap into my style and my talents and bring them, forward. He'd be like, nah, Tech, don't do it like that. Sing it how you were singing that other shit, sing that like that, So I credit him for that, you know what I'm saying? So, it ain't what it may have seemed to be, but yeah, we did have a little power.
Good, man. Good. Real good. And so today, I know you're just getting out your plans. You plan on reaching back out to them, and maybe are y'all gonna try to do your own thing? Like, what's your plans for the rap game?
Well, right now we doing our own thing. I came home with a arsenal of songs, an arsenal of music.
Yes.
Right now, as I'm limited to how I can move, but when I do be able to move, that's where we go. We go into the studio and we lay songs down. We actually got a video and a song that we finna drop very, very soon. It's called "You Can Thank Me."
You can thank me. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
if that's a song y'all dropping soon. You want to put a few lyrics on the.
So I spit something else for y'all.
Okay.
When that thank you drop, we definitely gonna shoot it to you where you can put it on.
Got you, man. Got you, because we want everybody, the world asking for y'all, man. So they say that this is the first time that y'all been out at the same time.
Yeah. So wow, man.
So man.
Y'all been holding it down, bro. For a while, the whole time I've been gone 6.5 years, and he kept our name relevant, which I applaud him for that, because he could have easily, ventured off into something else.
Yes.
But he made sure that he kept our name alive and kept our name going, and made sure people was anticipating my release. And now that I'm here, it's up.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, I've been talking to y'all for years. Right. But we never I wasn't doing the podcast at the time.
Right.
We used to meet at the barbershop and by the car wash and just chop it up. But never, now that I'm doing the podcast, it's just crazy because, it's like, man, I could have had this interview 2 years ago.
Right. The timing is right.
That's right.
Go, right?
That's right, man.
Right. It was meant for you know, y'all to connect
Yes.
when it was time for y'all to connect.
That's
now
right.
When y'all here, it's all good.
Man, that's cool. Now tell me something, man, because even myself a while back before I got the clarification, um, everybody thought that Mystical and Yellow Boy had to fall out behind Mystical's sister dying and all that. And
Right.
I found out later that's two different situations. If you could shed some light on it, because like when I tell you, I talked to so many people and they was confused, thinking that it was a conflict between Mystical and Yellow Boy, and that song was for him, and the song Mystical made was about Yellow Boy and all that.
Right.
Tell the people about that.
It's just a coincidence that doing them battles, them rap battles back and forth, it's just a hell of a coincidence that Mystical's sister died and then Yellow died. So, you know, if you're on the outside looking in and you listening to music,
Yes.
you know, a lot of times people just push it together on their own. But,
Yes.
you know, Mystical had nothing to do with Yellow's death, and Yellow had nothing to do with Mystical's sister's death.
Good.
You know, at all. You know, but the tension, the beef between U.N.L.V and Mystical was staged. And Mystical asked, he let us know he was gonna diss us, and we was like, okay, go ahead, do your thing. We ain't worried about it. But you know, me and Ya, we was a little bit more level-headed than Yellow was.
Yes.
You know, Yellow didn't understand it, and he was like on go. So
yes.
every time he saw Mystical, he really wanted to fuck him up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, so I'm gonna say it like this: for Yellow, it was definitely some heat behind his feelings behind the song Mystical put out about him, and you know, we would just go in and back our partner for the music wise. You know what I'm saying?
Now I'm gonna ask a question, because this is another thing people think, and it could be true. I don't know. This is the first time I'm asking this question, and people want to know. Was that song "Dump Him in the River," dump his body in the junkyard, however the word go?
Yeah.
Was that about Mystical?
Oh yeah, it definitely.
That's what I figured. That's what I figured. The song was.
It was about Mystical.
Yeah,
listening on the hook is like use a hoe, Mystical.
Yeah, that's what we want to make sure. Yeah. So we know they did have some tension and some beef going on.
Yes, they did have some real tension and beef, but for the most part, it started out as because Mystical is a good friend of ours.
Okay.
We went to high school together, and we always knew each other. We clowned around. We were companions, and we just hung out at school. And we was in a band. Mystical was on the cheerleading squad.
Yes.
And when we left high school, he went to the service, and we started popping with the music. So when he came back from the service, he was like, "Man, I rap now."
Yes.
So we was like, "Let me hear something." And he went to spin it. He had something.
Yeah, he was bad.
But we tried to hook him up with Baby and Slim, but for whatever reason, they didn't fuck with him right then and there. And then next thing you know, we heard he had signed with another group, another label that was in New Orleans, Big Boy Records.
Yes.
And that's he let us know he was gonna do the diss song or whatever. But we felt like for Mystical, it was like commercial for business, but we felt like the label wanted him to do it because it was like Big Boy against Cash Money back in those days. You know what I'm saying? So we felt they had something behind it, but not him.
Now, question, because I heard about Big Boy. I don't know much about it. Who's the label owner?
It was Chuck, far as I know, and he had a couple of more, Precise and Big Rob. They was all partners. Shout out to Sice and Rob. We actually doing some things with them right now. Sice did some beats for us. Rob is part of our team, the management team. And so it all came full circle. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Chuck passed away. Rest in peace, Chuck.
Rest in peace, gotcha, man. Yeah, we definitely gonna shout out to him, man. Now, Big Boy Records, were they actually going somewhere? Were they just as big as Cash Money at the time, or?
Actually, Big Boy got signed. Well, Mystical got signed with him. Another guy, one of the artists, G Slim, he had got a deal. So they was doing their thing. It was like Cash Money, then them. When you speak about New Orleans, that's the two labels that you was gonna hear about. And No Limit came afterwards. No Limit actually came and picked some pieces out of that label. You know what I'm saying? They got Mystical and so and so. from those labels. Even though No Limit and Master P and them are from New Orleans, they really based their company on the West Coast, you know.
Yes.
And then I guess once they saw how, you know, New Orleans, we next, you know, they came back, you know,
They came
grabbed
back.
a few pieces, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I heard. I heard that the industry. I was watching a documentary by some white guy. I don't know his name, but he said the industry did that because they wanted cash money, and cash money. You know, they was making money. They didn't want to sign, so they put their money behind No Limit to try to run down cash money.
Nah, I don't think it. It's just that during that time, P was out there in Cali running it up.
Yeah.
You know, back then, deals were given based upon the numbers that you was producing independently. You know, and he was producing independent. He was running it up. You know, the Ice Cream Man and different shit he was doing on the independent level. You know, he was doing numbers. So if I'm selling numbers independently, and you have you know, you have this big machine behind you, so that, you know, they was gonna go there first. But
Yes.
little did they know that we was at home running it up too. You know what I'm saying? He just had, but you know, the spotlight wasn't on down south at that time. It was basically New York and Cali. So I guess that's why he was out there, because that's where, you know, like everybody moves to Miami and Atlanta right now just to capitalize on the opportunities. I'm pretty sure that's why he was out there in Cali.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Now we'll go back a little bit to because we heard it. We heard that after Yellow Boy and Baby got into it, that a few days later he got killed.
Right.
So speculation is that Baby them had something to do with that.
Well, I don't think so. You know, like I said in a previous interview, we was really street guys. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't what you call studio rappers. What we was rapping about, we actually was doing.
Yes.
And you know, it's really today, as I'm older, it's really sad to say, but that it was the truth. And I guess that's why the city gravitated toward us so much, because they was able to relate. And if we say we on the block with cracking guns, you gonna be able to pass around there and see us on the block with cracking guns. After
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it just was speculation, because the city did know that Yellow went and shot at his house and this,
Yeah.
that, and the other. But Yellow was a street guy, and he had been getting in several other altercations. So, you know, you really can't speculate and say, okay, yeah, he did that, because Yellow was off into so much. You know what I'm saying? So more than anything, before I would say that Birdman had something to do with it, I would just put it plain and simple and say the streets killed him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes. I agree with that. Now, second thing is when you're dealing with the group, you, y'all, Yellow, that was just y'all three as U.N.L.V.
Yeah.
Okay, was Yellow considered a stepper or just a street guy?
I would just say I would consider him like a menace.
Okay.
A menace. That's what I would say.
Well, I say that because I interviewed Gangster Williams,
Yeah.
and he considered himself he the one who brought that and distinguished the difference between a stepper, meaning like according to today's society, the definition of a stepper is a serial killer.
Right.
You know, you
killing.
killing.
You got bodies under your belt.
Bingo.
Right.
Versus a street guy is like me. I'm a street guy, sold dope, robbed,
Right.
you know, so
the ins and out of the streets.
yeah, so
But you're not really pulling it. Yeah. The word step is just being overrated right now. Everybody using it just to use it because it's a cool word to use. But,
yeah.
you know, I mean, if you ain't got no bodies.
Yeah.
You know, and don't get it misconstrued. I'm not telling nobody to go out there and kill somebody just to level up with what you're saying. But, you know, if you don't have no bodies under your belt and this, that, and other, you're not no stepper. You know, stop calling yourself that.
Yes, 100%. Now that you're out, and we got a lot of questions, would be all over the place, so I'm glad you answered them like that. Now that you're out, man, you have any kids?
Yeah, I have kids.
Okay, good. What do you plan on doing besides rap that you know, because you've been gone for how many years now?
6.5.
6.5. That's going to distinguish being a better father. Because I heard one of you was telling somebody you wanted to be a better father and do some things Like, and that's what I'm here for because I know we talked, and you want to better your credit and build a business and all that.
Right.
So we're gonna do that also. But just out of your words, what would make you, that you want to do to be a better father to your children?
Man, first of all, I have to give them space to forgive me. You can't dictate. That's something I learned. You can't dictate uh, when and how somebody's going to heal and forgive you. Even though, I wish one of them could walk through the door right now and be
Yes.
like, "Pops, what's up?"
Yeah.
I have five, and I'm close with a couple of them, and estranged with a couple of them. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But I love all my kids, but at the same time, due to my past drug addiction,
Yeah.
I wasn't the best pops that could have been or I was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm here, then I'm not here. I'm gone. I'm not here. I'm drugging. I'm not drugging.
Yeah.
So it was just, and before you know it, it was getting grown on them. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
yes.
And now that they grown, they remember, and I can't take none of that back.
Yes.
And my message to them is just, let me make it. Allow yourself to see who I am now, and let's go from here. And actually, it could be better because they grown, so that means we can fuck around, hang out, do whatever.
Yes, yes.
On another whole nother level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you they can't charge it to your head or your heart. You was on drugs. You was doing
Right.
it, so you wasn't even yourself at the time.
Right, but I'm not gonna lay on that, and even though that's my reality, I can't use that as an excuse. Like I said, I gotta give them a chance to heal and give them the open space to forgive me. You know what I'm saying? But
Yes,
as far as me, I've been done wrong by people and hurt by people, and I realize if I walk around hating them, then that's something I'm carrying around on me, a burden I'm carrying around on me. I might not forget what happened, but I forgive. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes. Now, do you see yourself since you're out now? And this was a question that one of the people wanted me to ask you. Collaborating with Turk.
Well, before I went, and right after Turk got out,
Uh-huh.
we did a song together, and I think he put it on like a mixtape or something like that. But Turk is a real close ally to us, man. We always had a relationship with Turk. We never lost that relationship with him.
Good.
I like what Turk doing, and he a real good guy. He a real solid guy, and I actually learned something from him because Turk came home from prison and he never went back.
Yes.
And I admire that, and I take a piece of that from him and I apply that to my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So definitely, man. If Turk send me something right now, I'm gonna go out of my way to go ahead and lace it because I know he 100. No matter what he got going on with anybody else, that's our partner. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Turk. Matter of fact, we're gonna reach out to him to get him on an interview.
Yeah, Turk is our partner, man. Our real partner. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
man.
saying?
I like that. I like what he's doing. I don't know if Baby gonna ever let him back in. To the Cash Money circle because it looked like he's kind of doing Turk, kind of like he's doing Soldier.
Yeah.
He don't want he don't want to fool with him. So because everybody's calling for the Cash Money reunion.
Right.
Which I think, my personal opinion, should include y'all also. Now maybe.
Right. Everybody is campaigning for that right now.
Yeah.
And it will make history because the world, our world, down south, Midwest, they know the history of U.N.L.V and Cash Money. So they want to see that. They definitely want to see that, and it would be epic. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
no doubt.
Super epic, and especially bringing all the artists back.
Yeah.
Not just the main one, not just Juvie, BG, Wayne, Turk, but they need to bring all of them. Everybody
Right,
had
right.
Now, who are some of the artists that I may not know that were under Cash Money? Besides,
right now, who's still making noise? A lot of them died, and out of the way, like Pimp Daddy died, and Kilo G died, and
I heard of Kilo G. I never heard of the music though.
Mr. Ivan, he passed away.
Okay.
But right now, you still have the likes of Miss T. And she's very talented artist. She's like a singer, rapper, like a soul. I would put her like on a level with Lauren Hill.
Okay, I never even heard about it. See, I never
Man, you
heard
gotta
even.
look Miss T up, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
our homie. Look up Miss T and reach out to her, man. She real talented and she's still out here making moves. Actually, Miss T sent us a track yesterday.
Man,
She just sent us a beat yesterday, and more than likely we gonna lace it up for her.
good.
And you know, so it would be. She definitely would be added when you talk about a total U.N.L.V reunion.
Yes.
She would be added in there.
Okay.
If you want to talk about bringing everybody back.
Yeah,
And
man.
we also had Lil Slim. Lil Slim is in Cali. I haven't heard from him in a long time. PMW. I don't think he really dabbling into the rap no more, but that's still our partner. And we I think when I was locked up, y'all told me they was doing something, but I'm not sure. But that's still our partner. We still stay in touch with him. But y'all was staying in touch with him while I was down. You know, just tapping him in and throwing him an alley oop here and there. You know what I'm saying?
I like that, man. I like that. Now, for the viewers that want to know, how did you get your name?
Y'all gave me that name. I loved Tech Nine Guns, and
Yeah.
he compared my flow to Tech Nine Gun, like
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
he gave me that name.
Man, I like that, man. 'Cause, somebody asked me that because I had a, I gave a request. I said I'm about to go interview Tech Nine, and I want questions. Y'all ask me questions so I can ask them.
Right.
And so
Okay.
somebody asked that question.
Before Tech Nine, I was MC Food.
MC Food.
Yeah, like
Okay.
food to eat.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was a real big guy, and I used to beatbox.
Yeah.
And we was the sporty MC. That's who we were when we was younger, you know, kids.
That's funny. That's
Yeah.
funny, man. I'd have never knew you was big, like fat dude.
Yeah,
I
was a
never
big
knew.
guy,
Yeah, man. Tell us about the U.N.L.V project. That's where you grew up at.
The U.N.L.V Project, Lil Vietnam.
Yeah, yeah. Live big now.
Damn. U.N.L.V was rough, man. I was born in the U.N.L.V. 2318 Errata. Shout out to everybody from Errata to Thalia, Clio. Man, the U.N.L.V was rough. You know, I grew up in the U.N.L.V in the 80s.
Yeah.
And it was like anything going. When the lights go out at night, that's it. You're gonna hear gunshots. You knew when you hear gunshots, we was trained to get on the floor.
That's it.
You know, just
That's
get on
it.
the floor. And I've seen so many people killed. Like I told that story with OG Giggity. It was like every time that I would see the news, it would be an 18-year-old male getting killed, and it scarred me into being scared to turn 18.
Yes.
As a little child, I thought when I get 18, I had to get killed because that's all I saw was 18-year-old getting killed, murdered, you know.
Man.
So the milk was rough. I was blessed enough to, when my mom married my dad, he moved us out of the project into Route 6 in Verone.
Good.
And that was a blessing for me because a lot of people didn't make it out, you know, and they didn't get a chance to get out.
It's crazy you tell that story because I was terrified being to make 21. It was a little different.
Right.
Like I didn't think I was gonna make 20. I tell my wife, and she'll tell you if she see it, that I would always tell her that I was scared to make 21 because everybody was dying.
Yeah.
You know, my brother, and then my brother, one of my brothers got killed. He got gunned down and he died in my arms. So you know, it's funny you say live Vietnam because sometimes I feel like I'm shell shocked. Like I've been to the military because brother got killed, died in my arms. Had a cousin got his brains blew out right next to me. You know, shot him in the head. His brains was in his cap. I mean, like so many stories of people dying.
Right.
Until you feel like you've been to the military almost.
Right.
You know, and we need to go get some PTSD pills. You know.
Yeah, man.
So man, so on your stint on drugs, somebody asked, like, how was it? Like, we know it's bad, of course, but let the kids know, like, what did drugs do to you that made you become violent or to go rob or whatever? Like, how bad is it? The urge or the feeling of when you don't have it?
When you starting out with using the drugs, it's recreational and it's fun. And as you go along, it no longer be fun. You know, it's no longer
Yes.
fun. You start to need it. Your body start. You might wake up and be like, I ain't fucking with that shit today, but your body saying you better go get it
Yeah.
because you got the shits, your stomach hurt, your back hurt, your head hurt, you don't want to fuck, you ain't trying to do nothing until you get high.
Yes.
And that, I'm speaking on opioids, heroin,
Yes.
heroin pills, lean, and I see that's what's going on a lot today. A lot of the rappers and people with platforms, they actually promoting. Yeah, I'm sipping this, I'm
Yes.
drinking that, I'm popping that.
Yes.
But they not telling these youngsters who really idolize them the end result. And the end result is addiction. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And most people don't realize they're addicted until you run out of money. You know what I'm saying? And it started out for that because, we were making so much money and, we snorting this heroin and, I don't even know I have addiction because I never had a chance to be without it.
Yes.
But then when the money got low, and now I don't have no money, I wake up and I don't have no money to just get up and go buy what I want. Now I realize something wrong. I'm starting to feel funny. I'm getting fevers and sweats and shit like that. Now I realize I got an addiction.
Yeah.
And with opioids, whether it's Percocets or lean, which is the popular drugs they're doing right now, and heroin, if you don't have it, you're gonna find a way to go get it. Because the withdrawals are extreme. Like
crazy.
I said, you're gonna have the shits, your back gonna hurt, your stomach gonna hurt, you're gonna be sweating, fever, you ain't trying to fuck, you ain't trying to eat, you don't wanna talk, you ain't trying to do none of that.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Until you get that into your system.
Yes.
And once you get it into your system, you normally get it.
Man.
And that's when you know that you're addicted. And I want to issue out a challenge to any one of your viewers or listeners who's playing around with lean, drink, whatever you want to call it, perks, whatever kind of pills you might be taking, heroin, whatever kind of that, if it's opioids, I want to issue a challenge to you. I would ask you to not do it for 3 or 4 days. And if you can function normally, then you're okay. But if you feel yourself fucked up and in a bad mood, this, that, but you have to be honest with yourself, then you're addicted. Yeah. And most people with money don't realize they're addicted, and that's the worst kind because they're eventually going to damage their body. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Your organs, you're going to fuck up your organs. You find yourself catching seizures, kidney failure, and this, that, and the other. Man. Because you always have enough money to buy it. So, you know what I'm saying? But
yes.
For the most part, if you can stop doing it for 3-4 days and you realize something wrong with you, you're not feeling well, then your body needs it. That means you're addicted to it.
Man. How long were you addicted to your drugs?
All of my late 20s, all of my 30s, all of my 40s. I'm 50 years old right now.
Man.
Yeah, so, I know I'm beautiful, but
yeah. So
I thank God, man. I was able to shake back and just continue. That's why I'm so adamant about my health, man. Taking care of myself, work out, eat right. But I was addicted for a long time. But the thing with me is, I was always conscious to know, by me being in the business that I'm in, I knew that I had to try to stay on top, but the addiction overruled every time. I would start, stay clean, stop, get back high, stay clean, and then finally, like this time here, I committed the robbery, and they set my ass down, so it gave me a time to reflect.
Yeah. Yes.
Even though I was in prison, it's the longest I ever been clean. It don't stop in prison. Just as much dope out here is in there, definitely in there, and it's more valuable in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it is.
You could take something you pay $10 for out here, and it's gonna be $100 in there.
All the way.
It's still in there. It's still in there. So I just chose not to fuck around with nothing.
Man, question that somebody asked me. Well, I just want to know. Tell them about your time in prison. How was it? Being that you're, quote unquote, I don't know what prisons you went to, but you're a quote unquote New Orleans celebrity. Right. How was your time in there? How did people treat you? Did anybody try you? Tell us about prison.
Now, I never had no problem. See, right now, the first thing you have to do is just be a stand-up type of person.
Uh-huh.
And if if you put your foot down when you come through the door, the only thing you you when you walk on the tier, you're gonna have to fight the first when you first walk on the tier. It's called a heart check.
That's right.
Because prison is very segregated and very racist.
Yes.
So when you walk in, the blacks want to know if you gonna squabble if a riot jump off.
Yes.
The Mexicans want to know if you gonna squabble. So whatever race you are, when you walk in, you're gonna have to do a heart check off the top.
Yes.
Or if you're not gonna do a heart check, you gotta go to PC. You know what I'm saying? So as far as problems, I ain't never really had no problems at all. I stayed to myself. I had my own little 1-2 thing going. I dove into positive stuff. When I went in, I immediately enrolled in school.
Good.
I accomplished getting a GED with the salutatorian of my class. And that was surprising to me after being out of school so long. But once I tapped in, and that helped my confidence. Also, once I got the GED, I'm like, man, I'm tripping, man. I done got this damn GED. I ain't supposed to be here. So that made me want to stay out the way even more so.
Yes.
I dabbled in, a little hustling here and there, but, as far as just being all the way locked into penitentiary life, nah. I tried to stay tapped into the free world, and that's where y'all came in at, and my son, they made sure I stayed on point with what was going on out here, and I had different shit to look forward to out here. I would just write songs, send it to him, spit over the phone, and different shit like that. He kept me updated with the free world, you know what I'm saying? So
good.
That made my time much easier.
Good, real good. Now, as far as another thing we know, because I went to the feds, and then I of course had to do some state jail time. When I went, this was in '08, in '07, '08, and while I was in there, man, this is a funny story I tell. Mystical actually came through there for 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he came through there. I don't know what he had going on, but for 3 weeks he was locked up in there, and all he did was rap every day, all day. Nobody bothered him. He rapped, man. He wasn't no gangster. He didn't fight. He didn't do nothing. He just rapped.
Right.
And then he left. They shipped him somewhere else. But I heard. I say that to say that the story is you was locked up with Pimp C.
I wasn't with Pimp C. Pimp C had already been gone. By the time I went to prison, Pimp C was already dead. But it was just a coincidence when I rolled in there. They actually put me in the same cell that he was in. I actually was the cell he was in was the same cell I was assigned.
That's crazy.
And once people found out who I was, they was like, "Damn, boy, you realize that's the same cell Pimp C was in."
Man, that's crazy. So I'm glad you cleared that up because everybody's under the persuasion. And I even heard a little guy on an interview said you was locked up with Pimp C.
Nah, Pimp C. I started my time in 2017. Pimp C already was.
Yeah, he was gone. Yeah, he was gone.
So we wasn't in prison together. We just was. I had the same cell that he was assigned to. Also, so somebody who was there with him and they still was there when I got there. That's who told me. See, that's the cell Pimp was in. Once he found out who I was, that I was also a rapper.
Yeah.
And also when I was in school, the librarian found out who I was, and she told me Pimp C, was in. He was the librarian. That's the job he was assigned. Working in the library.
Now, I asked Gangster when I interviewed him, how influential was Telly Hankton in New Orleans? If you know what it is.
Yeah, I definitely know Telly. That was my partner, man. Telly was influential. Telly was a family man. Telly put his whole family on. Put it like that. Telly made sure his whole family. If you look at Telly's case, all his co-defendants are all Hanktons. What I'm saying? Yes. All his family, pretty much. So he took care of his family. He was a real money-making guy, and he took care of his family, man. That's the most I can say about him. Real stand-up guy. We known each other for years. You know what I'm saying? We from that same area uptown.
And he wasn't one that he never had any beefs with Cash Money or No Limit or nothing.
Nah, not that I know of.
Good.
Telly really was just he was just a street guy, you know. He
Yeah.
wasn't really into no music and nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Just a
Gotcha.
real street guy getting money.
Now going back to your days and being on drugs and stuff, I know that we look at all the stories and documentaries of how BG was hooked on the same thing.
Right.
Did you and BG run close with doing drugs, or y'all
Well,
drugs separately?
we actually got high together a few times.
Gotcha.
That's our little partner, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
We go pick him up and ride all day, or go pick him up, bring him in our hood, and we sit down and write raps together, or we pick him up and bring him to the studio. Baby, and sometimes Slim will be like, "Go get Doogie," you know. That was his
Yeah.
family name. Go get Doogie, and bring him to the studio with y'all. We'll pick him up, blah blah, and that eventually, you know, because he looked up to us.
Yes.
You know, we were like big
Yeah.
homie to him, but you know, that was like our little bro because he was a real little gangster, so we liked him. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you know, we fucked around a few times. Me and Turk fucked around a few
Yeah.
times. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Now I asked that because people ask me when with you at BG, did he reach out to you, by the way, since he been out?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No, I haven't talked to him yet.
Good.
I'm pretty sure I will though, because that's really, you can call that family.
His family, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and people was asking, like, they were saying, one of the questions they asked was, when y'all was doing drugs together, people was trying to blame it towards Baby. They were saying Baby, they said even though he didn't promote drugs, you know, supposedly that he didn't promote drugs, they said that he was allowing his artists to do drugs so he can rob them. Because if you on drugs,
I mean, you can't stop nobody from doing. You know, they will be like, y'all take you tripping. But at the same time, once that addiction kick in, I'm gonna sneak and do it anyway. You know,
Yes.
whether he tell me I can't or can or stop or keep going, I did what I wanted to do. You can't blame your addiction on nobody but yourself. And if anybody blames anybody on the addiction, then they're destined to return to it. You know, until you take responsibility for your own actions, that's the only way you can get better and move forward. So I don't blame nobody on. And you know, rest in peace, Big Rufus. That's my play pops. You know what I'm saying? I
Yes.
love him to death. You know, when Rufus came home, Rufus just out of everybody, Rufus just locked into me. For some reason, you know, I was his son. That's my pops, and that's how we acknowledged each other. But that's who gave me heroin.
yeah,
And I highly doubt that Baby or Slim had anything to do with him giving me heroin, because at the same time, he didn't give it to me and watch me do it. We was doing it together.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
yes,
So,
yes.
you know, I doubt it seriously they had anything to do with that. You know,
Good.
you can only tell a person, you know, what's good for them, but you know, then at the end of the day, sometimes a person got to bump their head for themselves. You know.
But it's good to clear that up, man, because a lot of people, you know, believe that. They believe that,
Man.
you know, only because of the stories of him not wanting to pay artists, and kind of like the P Diddy stories of not paying people.
Right.
That he, you know, because when you're addicted, people not paying attention to their money, contracts, none of that, because they just want that money.
Right.
And so people was looking at it like he was allowing his artists to be on drugs, so that way he ain't got to pay them right.
No,
So-
see, when it comes down to money, I have to blame that on the lack of digging deep into your business. You know what I'm saying? If
Yes.
you don't know your business, I don't care whatever you're doing. If you're going to buy a house or buy a car, if you don't check into that, or what's extra for you, or what you're supposed to do or what not supposed to do, that seller is not going to just volunteer that information. Business is business.
That's right.
That's all it is. Business is business. You know, and I don't think none of those guys, Baby or Slim, woke up in the morning with intentions to hurt any of us.
Yes.
Actually, all they ever did was help us. They took us out the hood and gave us a chance at life. If it wasn't for us, they wouldn't be who they are, and if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be who we are.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that. You know, you're giving a black man his flowers while he's still
Right.
there.
You know, I can't take away what they did for us, because we was in the hood doing. You know, me and y'all always had an entrepreneur mentality, so we was already selling our music, selling our tapes. But those guys came along and they had a bigger vision. You know, they already had established a record company, so they knew what direction they wanted to go in. They were just looking for the right pieces to put with it. And just so happened we locked in with each other. You know what I'm saying? But they definitely changed our life. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, a couple more questions. We're gonna go. Well, we got a few. Um, Tell us about your relationship, if y'all have one, with Soldier Slim.
Soldier Slim, that's another one of our partners, man. We was locked in. You know, we'll go to his hood and sit out there and fuck with him while he doing what he doing, and he'll do the same. He'll pull up, be like, "What's up? What y'all doing?" He gonna pull up, pull out some weed, and sit down and fuck with us. We
Good.
get to capping and rapping and ribbing and cracking jokes on each other. That was our little relationship with him. We see each other on site, we cracking jokes on each
Yeah.
other. You know what I'm saying? Slim was definitely our partner. We did a song with Slim. Y'all can go back and look at it. It's called "Come Up Move,"
Come on, move.
which
Okay.
was on the Mac Mel Calio album.
Okay.
U.N.L.V. Mac Mel, which is also available on all streaming platforms. We just dropped it. You know what
Good.
I'm saying?
Okay. Y'all just dropped it
Yeah,
recently.
we re-released it.
Okay. Okay. Um, from the business of Big Boy Records, Cash Money Records, and No Limit Records, because they, even though No Limit came out later on, they were still all out at one time.
Right.
What made y'all stay with Cash Money out of all three of those?
Because it was basically family oriented. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We was having fun. That's our first time being able to travel the world and get off the block. And that's where we was at. We didn't, once the money started rolling in, then, we knew what we wanted. We wanted more. We
Yes.
wanted to establish our own label. We just wasn't sure of how to do it, but we knew what we wanted to do. You know what I'm saying?
Good. Good.
And we stayed because we was having major success. You know what I'm saying? During that time, we didn't have a reason to leave. They didn't give us a reason to leave. We was selling records, making money, and running the city.
Good. Good. Now that you're free, um, what ties y'all have, if any? Because I noticed over the years, I was in Lafayette. I had a record label too. Matter of fact, I had Cupid on my label. A guy, Big Boom and Two Throat, if y'all heard of them,
Right.
they was on my label. I had Wochi. Yeah, Wochi. I had a bunch of people on my little label, and we thought a guy named Scooby from Abbeville. A bunch of little people. We thought we was gonna try to beat Cash Money because at that time, this was 20 years ago. At that time, I'm patterning myself after Cash Money.
Right.
Matter of fact, make you laugh at something. Boosie, before he became who he is now, he was in a part of a group, and they came to my studio in the All Center in Lafayette. This was over 20 years ago. So, and he was nobody. He was nobody back then.
Right.
Matter of fact, he came with Fat Boosie.
Okay.
So, with that being said, what are y'all ties with Baton Rouge? Like, if there's any?
Got family. Got family. Y'all has first cousins that live in Baton Rouge, and Baton Rouge is a 45-minute drive away from New Orleans. We was in Baton Rouge the summertime. We out there every day.
Yes.
Rest in peace to Mark. That's our cuz, and man, we love Baton Rouge.
Did y'all know Nussie?
Nah, we
You never knew him.
No, we didn't know him.
Got you. Because, people, I'm just trying to see what ties do. Because, when you rappers, we all from Louisiana, what ties you had with other rappers. Because you got Gates, out of Baton Rouge, you got Boosie, you got so many.
Right.
So, did y'all have any ties to any local rappers there also? Or just the rappers in New Orleans?
It was New Orleans and damn, I can't think of this guy's name now. But when you talk about Louisiana, we would tour all through Louisiana. All those clubs, the Delta Grand
Yeah,
and
yes.
Lafayette and Strawberries and all
Man.
New Iberia. So we was all through all that. You know what I'm saying? Definitely Baton Rouge.
And it's crazy how we never met because I was there. Strawberries, Delta Grand and Opelousas,
Right.
and the one that they opened up in Lafayette. All those places I was, probably why y'all was there, and never even noticed because I was selling drugs at the time, so I wouldn't think about rapping either. I was pushing dope.
Right.
But yeah, man. So before we shut it out, because we had an hour, man. And I try to.
Okay.
I don't want to be some of these interviews I see be 2 hours and 3 hours, man. That's too long for me.
Right.
You can get all you need in that amount of time, and if we don't, we can get it on a second interview.
Right.
let the people hear what you coming with, man. They need to know.
Alright.
We know about U.N.L.V. That song is what puts y'all on the map, I think,
Yeah.
because it's worldwide. So what you got now? Tell them what you coming with since prison.
What, you want to spit something for you?
Yeah, spit something.
This something that I spit on my on y'all live. I'm gonna give it to y'all where you can sense it is a lot clearer. All right, check it out. Lil Wayne is my favorite, but I listen to Juby, then listen to BG, then listen to Baby. I'm riding around in that cruiser with turkey, we fucking with gravy. Then I mixed it with lady. Fast forward years down the line, never thought I would make it. Okay, the block is hot, the semi's cocked. We settle for nothing but the top, right? Candy on the outside, man, inside all white. Man, success seemed like it's far away at first. Seen a lot of homies put up in the hearse. Pockets on E, nothing seemed worse. All my nigga dead, gotta break the curse. Speak it to his system, put it in a verse. See my mama pass the slicks go and work. So I was hesitant to go to church. Knowing better, but the streets came first. Bankrolls and women satisfy my thirst. Whips be the sickest. Somebody get a nurse. She only fuck me cause she trying to get a purse. Hit it and see she loving the way it hurts. Yeah. Hit it and see she loving the way it hurts.
Yeah, my boy coming hard, man. Yeah, coming hard to paint.
I ain't lost nothing.
Now that's gonna be one that's gonna be on the album.
Definitely, man. What I'm doing right now, we putting out this album, and then we're gonna focus on putting out some of our artists, and we also looking to sign a few artists, but they gotta be about their business. And what I'm doing as an artist is I'm writing. I actually was since I've been home, I've been hired about 15 different people to write songs for them. I done delivered a few, and that's what I'm doing. I'm writing music, and putting out other artists is what we're gonna do afterwards. Like I said, we older now, so it's only so long we're gonna run around that stage. We still tour when they call for us. As long as we are getting calls, then we ain't gonna say no.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a blessing that we are still getting calls. So
yes.
I'm thankful for that. But I'm definitely that's one of my main focuses to lend that pen to others.
Man, I got two questions, and these are personal questions from me, myself. One is, and this has nothing to do with New Orleans, but did y'all know? Because he was one of my first personal favorite rappers. Was Vicious? Did y'all know he Vicious?
Yes.
Did he Vicious?
Yes, man, that is like brother from another mother, man.
Yeah, man.
What? Vicious the same way. We pull that Vicious walk through that door right now. Before he say, "What's up, y'all?" He gonna crack some jokes on us.
Yeah.
That's Vicious.
Well, you heard about he passed.
Yeah. I learned that. Rest in peace, Vicious, man.
Yeah, he Vicious, man. And the last thing, like I say, Vicious was a personal question, and the last question is just to let people know that when he called, not only just an interview, because my channel is based on business,
right.
But he's going to open up his business. He's going to open up they're going to do the record label. They'll be doing some major things, man, some big things. So, I'm behind the scene. Whatever help they need, I'm here because this is what I do. I own businesses and invest in all that. So, look for these brothers here in the upcoming future, man. Major things going to happen. Oh, question. That was another personal question. Are y'all still able to perform your U.N.L.V. songs because it was on the Cash Money label? Do you got to get clearance or? All y'all stuff, do y'all own your masters?
Yes, we own our masters. Through a lawsuit, we was able to obtain our masters to all our songs. That's why we was able to, when I said earlier in the interview, you can go on any streaming website and get Magmel Calio, Six and Barone, Uptown for Life. We about to do the Straight from the Ramp, which was one of my solo albums. So because we own all that music right now, so you can go get it right now as a collector's item.
Good. And just so y'all know, man, I will be interviewing. I'm interviewing my boy Tech Nine right now. I'll be interviewing my boy Fat. You don't mind, huh, Fat? We're interviewing my boy. He's gonna be next. We're gonna have them together. Matter of fact, is what I want. So they both here. This is the original U.N.L.V. minus Yellow Boy. You know what I'm saying?
Rest in peace, Yellow.
Rest in peace, Yellow, man. So, and we're going to definitely keep y'all updated on them and their success because it's coming. Trust me, it's coming. It's coming fast. So y'all watch out for him. Like I said, this is Ask Al Terry Henry podcast, and y'all tune in. Y'all be blessed.
Yeah, that was a nice interview, dog. For real.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah, that's the kind of question.
Yeah, dog.